My sister Traci is the one who said to me, Toni, you know, when you make it, you can help us come on. So I always try to abide that. But the responsibility of it is so heavy for me. I feel I can never live my life, and I never used to say it. I never used to say anything to anybody, but since we've been doing this show, I've been saying.
Ever since the Braxton family returned to television, their lives have been filled with non-stop drama. The sisters struggle to stay on good terms, with new conflicts constantly arising. Now, Toni is reportedly opening up, saying she's completely drained and feels she's carried the weight of holding the family together for years. There's no doubt that Toni Braxton stands out as the most successful member of the family. With 7 Grammy Awards and more than 70 million albums sold, she has established herself as one of the best-selling female artists of all time.
13 or 14, my mom, she had a really bad accident. She fell. Her back was really messed up, so she was in the hospital a long time. And so I was a surrogate parent for a moment.
Where was Dad?
Working, had to make a living, had 6 kids.
So what would it look like for you if it were different? If you didn't have that responsibility and if they weren't leaning on you, what would your life look like? What would you be doing?
Well, I would have soared higher.
You think so?
Absolutely.
She is regarded as one of the most influential R&B artists in history. Her musical journey began in the late 1980s alongside her sisters in the group The Braxtons. She later pursued a solo career, signing her own deal and releasing her debut album, Toni Braxton, in 1993. The album was a massive success, reaching the top of the Billboard 200 and selling over 10 million copies. Hit tracks like Breathe Again and Another Sad Love Song, along with production from industry heavyweights such as Babyface and L.A. Reid, helped drive its popularity. Her follow-up album, Secrets, went on to achieve similar success, further cementing her place in R&B history.
And Daddy's divorced, and a divorced mom pretty much got nothing. I'm not going to leave my mom by herself. So I'm going to make sure my mother's taken care of. None of my siblings have helped me take care of my mother to make sure she was okay, except for Tamar. No one said,
This is before Vince.
Before Vince, Mommy's car insurance is due. Let's help Toni with Mommy car insurance. Only Tamar.
It included her most iconic hit, Unbreak My Heart, which sold over 10 million copies and became one of the best-selling singles of all time. Over the years, Toni Braxton has released D9 studio albums, with her most recent project arriving in 2020, each achieving notable success. With such substantial earnings early in her career, Toni eventually found herself taking on the responsibility of financially supporting her entire family.
Nothing. Shows you still charge her. I don't charge her. When the last time have I charged you for a show?
Tamar
It's been
hasn't charged you
years.
for a show for years.
My sister Tamar never charges me to do background singing for me. My sister Trina does. My sister Towanda, she's an executive assistant. That makes sense for her to get a salary. I just wish every situation was not about Toni's savings and loans.
I have never charged Toni. And what I'm saying is, it pissed me off. When I saw that you and Towanda get paid, I was pissed.
She has spoken openly about the pressure of supporting her family, explaining that Tamar was the only one who truly stepped in to help cover expenses. Toni suggests, that while Tamar can be difficult at times, she was the only sister who supported their mother even before achieving financial success.
It's okay. It's okay. I got you. I don't want to talk about that. But it's the truth.
Her other sisters, however, seemed to assume Toni could take care of everything simply because she was successful. What frustrated her most was that Trina and Towanda expected to be paid for their help, while Tamar contributed to household expenses without asking for anything in return. To Toni, that imbalance felt unfair. At the same time, it's understandable had Trina would expect compensation after spending years singing backup for Toni. She had her own life and 2 children to support. Every time she stepped in to help, it came with real sacrifices on her end.
Toni Braxton!
She's so freaking mean to me. I was in shock.
Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now?
100%.
100%.
100%. I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. I admired her and looked up to her. And she pretty much reprimanded me.
I read that you were upset about stories that your overspending caused this.
She says to me, I hear you have Gucci flatware. I'm Oprah Winfrey and I don't have Gucci flatware.
First of all, I didn't know Gucci made silverware.
You ain't got Gucci flatware because you didn't want to buy it. It's not because you couldn't afford it. What do you mean? And immediately, she made me feel this big. This big. That moment completely changed my career. It made people look down.
And Toni felt that Trina was sacrificing time she could have spent earning for herself. However, according to both Toni and Tamar, the real issue was that although Trina was being paid, she wasn't contributing financially to the family. As a result, Toni still carried most of the responsibility on her own. Toni Braxton has faced many challenges over the years. Despite achieving massive success in her music career, winning 7 Grammy Awards and selling over 70 million albums, her financial situation didn't reflect that level of achievement. While she was generating millions for her label, she reportedly earned only about 35 cents per album. Despite being a global star, Toni had to file for bankruptcy more than once. She later revealed that her recording contract was unfair, leaving her without proper royalties. On top of that, she was required to reimburse the label for expenses such as travel, wardrobe, and music videos, which further strained her finances.
Back to where people are. I don't engage. I don't pour into certain types of energy. I make different choices in my life. And that's just where I am.
Now this is TV, Josh. outside of yesterday and today, when was the last time you talked to me?
I don't recall. It wasn't my birthday because you didn't call me.
Your birthday's September, here we are in March.
Things became so severe that at one point she was accused of transferring more than $50,000 to her husband in an attempt to avoid paying her debts. Around that same period, Toni sat down for an interview with Oprah, hoping for empathy. Instead, she later said the experience felt cold and left her embarrassed in front of the public. Toni admitted that moment negatively impacted her career. Despite everything, she filed for bankruptcy again in 2010, this time due to serious health issues. She was diagnosed with microvascular angina and later lupus, conditions that forced her to cancel her Las Vegas shows. Unfortunately, her insurance didn't cover the financial losses, leaving her responsible for repaying money she didn't have. She also explained that many people don't Alizé artists are responsible for covering major expenses themselves, everything from hotels and lighting to backup singers and dancers. When shows are canceled, those costs don't get refunded, leaving the artist to absorb the loss.